What up, sinners? It's Vincent back with another reaction. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you are all staying safe and staying healthy. Things have been good this last week. It has been a busy month or so for me in the last month or so. Come on, Brad, really? October was a busy month for me. I've got a buddy staying with me and I'm helping him out. He's got a place to stay now until he gets his apartment, which should be in December. Patreon wasn't really all active as it should have been. I apologize for that, you guys. I'm going to try my best to make it up to you. Actually recording a run in a Bon Voyage episode for you guys after this. I do have to pick Cassie up early. Her work shifts have been shorter, so it's been a little bit harder to record around the apartment, but maybe I could sneak her in on one or something. You know, you guys might be able to help me with that. You know, put it on Twitter. Say hashtag bring Cassie in. Tag me in it. BTS has been busy. I just recently saw they put in 7 applications for Grammy Awards this year. Will we get it? Hopefully. I don't doubt in my mind that we at least get one, right? At least just one. Positive things. Positive things. You gotta love it. You gotta love it where it's going. So today we're gonna be doing a song that's been requested a lot in the comments. It's not the reason I'm doing this song, but it does help. A lot of you have said that this song is a rock song or has rock undertones to it. Now, for all of you who are new, I like rock music more than any other genre out there. Now, I like everything. I like country, classical, anything, you name it, I listen to it. There are very few genres of music that I will not listen to. So, going through my repertoire of songs I want to do before we jump on to album listens, I figured why not do this one? So today, we're going to do Dionysus. There's not a music video to this, so I will only be doing a lyric translation and no visuals, just an initial listen through and a lyric translation. So I might tag on a live if I have the time. We'll see. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull up my screen and we're going to give it a listen. Now, before I start, I have to make my plug, you guys. If you're not already doing so, go check out my Patreon for early access vids. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe if you like what you see. What we do here is we do an initial watch through, we do a lyric translation, and we do a visual investigation of most of the videos that we've done. But we're hitting that point where we don't have very many videos left, so we're gonna have to figure something out for you guys, and we'll find a way to make it work. That's gonna be the end of my talking. Let's go ahead and get this bread. Okay, so I got the song pulled up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it an initial listen through, and then we're gonna pull the lyrics up and do a lyric translation. I haven't heard this song before, so if I don't say anything through the listen through, it's okay. I will only stop if something really grabs my attention. Otherwise, I'll give you an initial reaction summary at the end of it, and we'll move forward from there. If you're only here for the reaction, you're more than welcome to leave after the fact. It's not a big deal. But without any further ado, let's get started. Build up. Huh. auto-tune. Really like the chorus. I really like the chorus. Yes. I like how they picked up the pace. Very interesting dynamic in the sound, dude. Like, different, very different in tone. So, like, this is a party jam. This isn't what I would consider a rock song. This is a party jam. So, like, you put this on in like the back, like the tone of the song makes it sound like it's a song that would go well with, like, if you're watching a movie and there's a scene where they're at a party, this would be the song that's going on in the background of what's happening. Not like if the DJ's playing and he's playing a song, like this wouldn't be on the record spinner or turntables, whatever. But this would like go well as like a backtrack, like a soundtrack to a moment at a party. Does that make sense? Like that's what I see when I hear this song. Appreciated the speed, the tempo change. It was very, very nice. I always get caught off guard when I hear tempo changes because I'm not expecting it. Didn't understand why the auto-tune was in there because boys don't need it, but that kind of gives it that party vibe mix. Anytime I hear an auto-tune, I immediately go, what? You know, like, it's not that it's bad. I just immediately ask that question because, like, there's the only other example I can give off the top of my head is another Falling in Reverse song where he uses the auto-tune, and it's just like, oh, well, that was new, you know, like, wasn't expecting that. That's cool. And it's innovative. I appreciate it. And it adds to the song, which is really good, but it also geared it more towards that party vibe rather than the rock song. Hear the drums, hear the guitar. Definitely really good to have some of that aspect stand out a little more than the actual studio-based produced music, right? Everybody has their own parts. I laughed when RM said, "You ready?" Because it's like he's always like hyping everybody up in English. It's interesting that he does that a lot of the time. It's like when I hear English, we usually hear RM speak English, right? But he's always talking it. He barely ever sings it. So it was good little touch to throw in there as well. And Suga's part was probably my favorite part of the entire song because of the speed at which he said his lines and the connectivity. I've always been an admirer of Yoongi's connectivity with his verbal skills, and I definitely appreciate the song. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the lyrics. If you guys were here for the reaction, that's all I got for you. Good song. Yep, I dug it. It's different. It's definitely a different song. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull up dual set because that's my preferred use of lyric translation. And I don't know who did this. Let's go ahead and give these people credit for putting up color coded. Lemmering. All right, so I guess I said that right. I hope I said that right. Lemmering, thank you for putting up color coded lyric translation in multiple languages as well. And I will see you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, so we're back. It's kind of a long song to do. I mean, it's only 4 minutes and 18 seconds, but there's a lot going on in this song in terms of vocabulary and wording, so we're going to do our best to get through it in a timely fashion. Hopefully I won't be on here for too long, so that I can do another video behind this. So we'll get the vocabulary and terms and forefront stuff done first. Things you need to know beforehand. First off, Dionysus was the god of fertility and wine, later considered a patron of the arts. He created wine and spread the art of viticulture. He had a dual nature. On one hand, he brought joy and divine ecstasy, or he would bring brutal and blinding rage, thus reflecting the dual nature of wine, which is actually really good, because if you've ever seen anybody get drunk, you know there are a few types of drunk people. They're the happy-go-lucky, lovey-dovey drunks, and they're the angry, violent, nasty drunks, and you don't want to be in the latter part of it, but alcohol will make you do things that you do and don't want to do, probably more often than not. So it's important to know how you are with booze before you indulge in public settings. It says, you will find born again and born twice throughout the lyrics. Dionysus is born twice, first from his mortal mother's womb, technically from the charred remains of his mother, and then from Zeus's thigh. It is said that he is born of fire and nursed by rain. After he was born from Zeus's thigh, he was taken to Silenus, and the rain nymphs of Mount Nysa. He crosses the boundaries between humans and gods and between life and death, which is consistent with the whole theme of love yourself, embracing the coexistence of contrasting forces. Now, this song is actually from the Love Yourself Persona album, I believe. So it's fitting. It's fitting. And it also fits in with the whole two worlds thing that was kind of like following them through all of this. So that's actually pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna get the song started. What we're gonna do is we're gonna read through these lyrics, and then we're gonna get to a point, and then we'll listen to the song. And I think I might do it backwards. We might listen to the song and then go through the lyrics, which is what I used to do originally. So for this one, we're gonna do it. So. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and stop it there. And like I said, it's a long song. A lot said in this short amount of time. It says, drink it up, glass sipping, crossed arms tipping. Glass sipping, crossed arms tipping, right? One sip. What does that say? Thyrsus, gripping, grapes eaten. A thyrsus is a wand of giant fennel covered with ivy vines and leaves, sometimes wound with, what does that say? Tanya? Hope I said that right. Tanya? And topped with a pine cone or by a bunch of vine leaves and grapes, or ivy leaves and berries. Associated with Dionysus and his followers, it is a symbol of prosperity, fertility, hedonism, pleasure, enjoyment in general. So like when I think about this, I think about the headdresses that the Greeks used to wear, right? That's kind of, I think, where they're going with it. Anytime you ever see like Dionysus or like somebody from that era and portrayed in the media, they're usually wearing some type of headdress of that kind. It says, drink it up, the atmosphere, style, right? Keep it, rip it. Atmosphere, keep the atmosphere, rip the style. So just, maintain the vibe and just be the ultimate you, essentially. One sip, here, kill it, let's steal it, the illest, right? So like, here, kill it, let's steal it, the illest. Kind of a word trip there, like you kind of tripping over your words trying to say that, right? It's almost like when you drink, I'm catching the vibe that like when you drink, you become like very confident in yourself, essentially. Just get drunk like Dionysus, a glass in one hand, a thyrsus in the other hand, in a transparent crystal glass, art that sloshes. Well, art is also alcohol. You get drunk when you drink it, fool. And so Isul is art, right? And Sul is alcohol. It's kind of a play on words, according to Dual Set. And it says, you don't know what to do with. So, like, you don't know what to do with yourself when you've been drinking, right? Let me show you. I'm pushing forward with something completely different. A mic that is made of ivy vines and rough wood. Ooh. So they compared their mic to the thyrsus, which is like saying that the mic is what has it's their form of, what did it say? Fertility and strength. Fertility, prosperity, hedonism, pleasure, and enjoyment. So they get that from singing, right? That's actually that's awesome. There is never sound that comes out in just one breath. There's never song that comes out easily without the pain of creating, right? And I feel that on a whole new level. Like, making videos is an enjoyable thing for me, but there are moments when you're in the middle of processing it and editing it that you're just like, it's not that it sucks. It's just that it is work at the end of the day. But art is work. Whether or not you want to believe that it is or isn't, it may be something you love to do, but it doesn't mean you don't put work into it. And I believe that if you love doing something, you will put the work into it to make it the best possible outcome. So until the sun rises, where the party at? Till we fall asleep, where the party at? Sing it again. Drink it again. We are born twice. It's almost like when they sing it, it's one thing. So to sing is to work, and to drink it in is to appreciate it or to hear it. Almost, in my opinion, it may not be what it is, but that's what I'm deciphering from it. It says, "Drink it up, the pain of creating. One sip, scolding of the age. Drink it up, the communication with myself. One sip, okay, now I'm ready to show." So that actually makes sense. This is like the process of them creating things and being in love with what they're doing, essentially. I don't know what the scolding of the age is. It's almost like maybe the time it takes to create. Communication with myself, that's when you're sitting there, you're just like, all right, it could be about another thing, though. I mean, like, what if it's just about staying on track with the things that you want in life? What if it's not about just creating, but like having goals and achieving goals and sticking with your goals? You know what I mean? And then seeing the outcome of it. So I'll drink my glass. I'll fall for a mad artist. So if we eliminate all the excess words, right? Drink my glass, fall for a mad artist. One glass, two glasses, drinking art. So it's almost like the art is an addiction in and of itself. Maybe they're saying that making music and being a K-pop idol is in and of itself an addiction, but they love it. But it's still work, right? It's their job, but they love it. Maybe they're just telling us that, they love what they do, and it's almost an addiction. or it is an addiction for them. Drunken art sing. Okay, so this says onghia is a phrase in Korean folk music, particularly in songs that people sung while harvesting or doing other works. I'm leaving a link in case you're interested. Okay, that's in dual set. It's not me. So when I think about it, I think about culturally speaking, it's like when we call them chain gangs, but like when prison workers go out to the fields to do work, or even going back as far as when slaves were a thing in America. I know that songs were sung to make the workday pass through. Even to this day, we still do this. We listen to music while we work. If you don't, I'm sorry. I really wish you could listen to music because it makes the day go by so much faster. But you go in stores. That music is for the public, but it's more so for the employees so they don't go being mad. Okay. I know that even when I was working at my old job, I was in a warehouse, and it was just like we had the radio blasting the entire time, even though you weren't supposed to. We still had it going, and we found a way to get music because just sitting there in silence all day, it was maddening, it was deafening. So it says, drink my glass, fall for a mad artist. 1 glass, 2 glass. Striking Wawinji? Y'all let me know how to say this word. Wangwiri. Wangwiri is a Korean traditional instrument used primarily in folk music. It serves a particularly important role. And pongmu, which originate from farmers and music performance to ensure the celebrate of a good harvest. That actually sounds like preparation celebration or post celebration before and after the harvest, essentially. Ceremonial is the word I'm looking for here. Let's look this up real quick.
황급하리.
Wanguari. Okay. Wanguari. 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 Okay, whatever. Anyway. Just that auto tune. Okay, so we'll go from there, right? Let me find it. Okay. So we get back into the next verse, right? He says, I'm at the door of the world now. The loud cheers I hear as I step onto the stage. Can't you see my stack broken thyrsus? It's only now that I'm born again. So it's like, I feel like I got close to the point that he is talking about they are talking about their career, right? They are talking about how they feel when they perform and make music. So I'm at the door of the world now. The loud cheers as I hear as I step onto the stage. Can you see my stack broken thyrsus? Like the amount of concerts that they do or used to do, because 2020, rip. They could make a stack of broken mics from all the things that they've done and the amount of work that they put in. Think about their equipment. How much equipment have they run through just from doing show after show after show? And it's only now that I'm born again. So when they step on the stage, it's almost like they're alive. It's almost like that's what they live for. It's it gives them another boost of energy that they never thought they had. Even when you get frustrated and you think to yourself you don't want to do this anymore, there's that moment when it all comes to fruition that like this is what it was for, right? And I go through that in terms of making videos, because there are days when I'm just like, I just don't want to do anything. And it's not that I don't like what I do, it's just that it requires some effort. And there are moments when I want to be lazy too. Can a brother be lazy, right? Like, but when I get it done and I look at my finished product, I'm like, yeah, like that's good. I like that. And I had a lot of that going on when I was doing like the notes and the webtoon, when I made my trailer, when I made the Chroma vid. Like, I love projects. They're pain in the butt, but they're worth it. They're worth it in the end, especially when you can learn and grow from it. And I think that if you don't learn and grow from an art or a craft in some way, like, it could be just for relaxing purpose. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I need to learn something. I need to grow as an artist, or whatever it is that I'm doing, and whatever I'm doing, I need to grow from it. And that to me shows my love for stuff. It's like, how much do I want to learn? How much do I want to learn? Because if I'm infatuated with something, I want to learn everything I can. I will never turn down knowledge, So that shows dedication. That shows involvement. It also shows your passion. And I think that's where they're going with this. So when the night comes, mumble. When the night comes, tumble. Filling the studio, low voice, bass drum goes like dum, dum, dum. So like, at the beginning of a concert, I don't know about their concerts. I've never seen a whole concert. I've never been to one of their concerts. But I know that at a lot of places, when they do sound tests for the instruments and stuff, you hear bum, 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 right? Because that's how they test the sound of the drums. They have to beat on them, right? And I know at the beginning of a lot of like intros to concerts, when they start their show, like that's the one thing you hear is the bass drum a lot of the time. So maybe that's what they're talking about. Like, you got the low voice in the studio, but the bass drum goes like boom, boom, boom. No, it's till the sun rises, until we fall asleep. It's exactly how I am. I'll work all night or until I fall asleep. It's just, you don't realize what's happening, right? So part of that passion I was talking about. Sing it again, drink it again. We are born twice. What's funny is that they're using it as a double entendre. So it's like they're born once themselves, but they're referring to everyone. Like, you're born once and then you're born again. It's like we're born once when we hear their songs, but we're born twice when we go to their concerts, right? It's way better. It's a step up. So drink it up, one sip, and it's like the scolding of society. I want to touch base on this. The pain of creating, the scolding in society. So the pain of creating and the scolding of society kind of have their own connection, but they're not really connected at all. It's like, why would you get scolded for creating something? But again, if you don't, like, let's look at the culture and say that art is not necessarily a what do they call it? Art is not necessarily pushed to the forefront of career choices, I would assume. The communication with yourself and, okay, I'm ready to show. So it's like the society can fight you, or they can make or break you, right? Like, if your work is good, society's going to tell you. If it's bad, society's definitely going to tell you. Just leave it to the internet, you know what I mean? So this is drink my glass, fall for a mad artist, 1 glass, 2 glass, drink in art, right? Appreciate art. We're back to the chorus. All right, and we're going to start the next verse. Okay, so before we get into the last little bit, Suga comes in and says, wherever in the world we show up, it's a party. It's a party wherever we go. Born as a K-pop idol, an artist who reincarnated. An artist who reincarnated, an artist who reincarnated. Whether I'm an idol or an artist, it doesn't matter. Cheers. It's like, it doesn't matter if I'm an idol or an artist, whatever you want to see me as. And he tips his glass to it. Like, you ever see that Leonardo DiCaprio where he's like that? Yeah, I'll put it up here somewhere. It's, at this level, even art is like excessive drinking, right? Is breaking a record is a race with myself. And we know Yoongi. Yoongi likes to break records. He sets goals for himself. He attains those goals for himself. He works hard for those goals, and he's done a great job thus far. And he's only moving forward. Now, we've talked about this before. What if they, when they win a Grammy this year, what's next? Where does he go from there? You know what I mean? It's a raise the glass of celebration, but I'm still thirsty. And that's exactly what we just said. Like, where'd he go from there? He's exactly, I don't want to say like we're one and the same, but our perspectives on the matter are one and the same. It's like, yeah, you get to one place. Don't be happy with just that. Like, try to grow, try to learn more, try to be better, try to do better next time. It's perfectionist attitude. So, back to the chorus. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, so glass, crossed arms, and I think this is probably the best visual in terms of what's going on in the song. Is this part of the chorus where it says the glass sipping, crossed arms, tipping, thyrsus gripping the mic, and grapes eating. When we say we eating, when we say we're eating, yeah, we're eating. That's literal sense. But when we say we're eating, it means we're being successful. It's a slang term for saying that we're making money. Say, we eating in here, boys. Like something like that. So I feel like that's the reference to what it says. The atmosphere, keep it, D-style, rip it. Here, kill it, let's steal it, the illest. So pretty much saying that they work hard for what they do. They enjoy what they do. It's painstaking work, right? But it's worth it in the end. And I think that's an important message to take away from the song. Even if it isn't what the song is about, I still think it's an important message. And that's going to be my take on it. We're going to listen to the rest of the song. Do you hear what I'm saying about RM? It's hyping us up in English. That build up at the end. Got that whole Kill Bill vibe ending to it. I like it, dude. I like it. And the greatest thing about doing reactions to BTS is that, like, at the beginning, I don't know anything about it. And then after the first listen, I'm just like, I need to hear more. Not because, like, I need to hear more, right? It's because it's like, I need to hear more to understand, right? And by the end of it, that's when I'm like, I need to hear more, right? Like, I need to hear more. And to me, that's the greatest thing about doing this reaction channel is that analysis channel. I don't even know what this channel is anymore. We analyze. We don't react. We analyze. And or we do both, I guess. Anyway, but it's the greatest thing about listening to BTS songs. In the beginning, you have one perspective, and the fact that they could change your idea of what that perspective is satisfying in and of its own right. It's a learning process, but it's an enjoyable learning process, and that's what I appreciate the most about their music. But that's going to be it for me today, you guys. I appreciated the song. Like I said, really high beat at the end. I can definitely see it like being a build up, and I can't wait to watch my next video. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button. If you want to, follow me on Patreon, get access to early content, videos, and Bon Voyage and run BTS episodes. Follow me on Twitter, and y'all stay safe, y'all stay healthy, and I will check you guys later.